what he's dealing with, and he wants to kind of start over and maybe be who he really is in a new town or something.
Well, she does stop seeing. She feels so bad that she stops seeing Costigan's character, Leo.
Yeah.
She says, "I can't do this anymore," and I guess it's like because she feels bad because she's invested in this guy, even though he's a scumbag. But I feel like she's giving him the huge benefit of the doubt, because there's all these red flags that she sees from the very beginning.
And she's a therapist.
Yeah. And I actually have an interview queued up. I don't know. Do you want to check that out now?
Yeah,
it's for Vera Farmiga's character, and she kind of goes into like the psyche of that character a little bit too. Here it is, guys.
There's nothing worse than when you go into a movie that sucks and you have to do interviews. But when a movie but when a movie is just mind-blowingly fantastic, you have to feel bad. I would imagine because sitting in that chair right now what you've done and what it is.
Sure, if you feel assured and if you're behind the product and you feel good about what's been put together, and then yeah, of course, it's effortless.
Yeah. You say because when I'm sitting there, I had no idea, didn't see a trailer, knew nothing about it.
You didn't.
The movie is just constantly surprising twists and turns and things you never see coming.
Yeah.
Now, but Madeline, as smart as she wasn't really using common sense. Do you think?
No, and I was drawn to that contradiction. When I first. When the elation sort of after you, it's confirmed that you'll be working with Marty, and you get the call from Marty, and he says it's hi Vera, it's Martin Scorsese, and can you come to rehearsal? And and you're like, what am I going to do with this character? And Marty was clear that from the beginning it was going to be a real work in progress for her. And I look at it and I'm thinking, whoa, this is a psychiatrist that's clearly being ruled by her id, which makes for a pretty fatal flaw. And I thought, that's interesting. So I took it to the chief police psychologist of the LAPD, who happens to be a woman. And I said, what do you think about her? Tell me who she is. What do you think about her? Who is this woman? What are your thoughts? She goes, oh, no. There's no way she would behave this way. Absolutely not. It's preposterous. And I thought, and that's when I found her incredibly interesting. And I thought, yeah, she's she appears to be very put together in her three-piece suits but she's very clear that she doesn't have all the answers. But it's an unfortunate situation to be in. A woman who is fully committed to the wrong guy.
Now, when you're thrown into this possible position of getting this role and so forth, is it almost an absolute no-brainer though with the cast that you have and of course Martin? I mean, do you almost will do anything or any? What's it like going into that read or?
Well, yeah, how it came about for me was Marty responded to a film that I'd done that got some attention, a little film called Down to the Bone. And
so you already had an in. So.
I had an in, but then he requested that I put myself on tape. So I did a couple of the earlier scenes with Colin's character when they meet in an elevator and then she moves in. I put that on tape, and from that resulted what's called a chemistry read, which is a terrifying notion.
I know, because you absolutely have to make this work or you ain't getting the job.
Right. And you walk in and, there's got to be chemicals bouncing around as you think there's going to be this big, this big trench between these mega stars and you, and it's not. They're just such a loving, nurturing people that it was easy. And so Leo and I, we bounced ideas off each other, and then you don't walk away from working with these.
Tremendous job. It's a shame you didn't get to work with Jack though.
I know.
It's a bummer.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Next time.
All right.
Nice.
That was a short and sweet little interview. I feel like I wanted to do that because I knew we weren't going to get to talk about, because she's like a kind of a smaller character too, although I feel like the story has a large amount to do with her, but she doesn't have that much of screen time. Yeah. So I wanted to let her have a little time to shine. Yeah. Because I love Vera.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the fact that it's funny that Matt Damon was having those kind of issues. It's like, come on, dude. Like, it's
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was weird. But what should we do now?
There's one part. It's just a small line from her actually, when she gets the CD that Leo sends her, right?
Yes.
And she ends up listening to it, and it's basically recorded calls between Damon's character and Jack Nicholson's character.
Mm-hmm.
And she's listening to it, and Damon comes out of the shower, and he's looking at her, and she has headphones on, so you can't hear it. But you can't hear what she's listening to. And he's like, well, what's up? And she's looking pissed at him, and she unplugs it, and then you can hear, he notices, oh shit, that's me talking to Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts to walk away, and he's like, this is part of my job. And then she's like, oh, you're good. And she's like, and I thought I was the liar in the relationship. And to me, that's one of the main reasons why I think that the baby is Leo's, is because she's lying about that's where she kind of, she's admitting to that, the baby's not his.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know that, but that's what kind of where I took it. But I really liked that line where she's like, oh, I thought I was the liar. And then she locks herself in the bathroom. And then Damon freaks out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that leads us into that scene where Costigan he calls him because he figured out that Damon's the mole.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I have boxes of tapes, Nicholson's character has been recording all your conversations, and
Mm-hmm.
his lawyer gave them all to me because he trusted me more than anybody.
Yeah,
And
he's like, he
just
trusted me more than you.
He's like, how about that, you rat fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I really love the just like the whole, like the language in this movie. I think it fits so perfectly, and just with the Boston accents, it's perfect. Just the way they say everything, like you fucking rat fuck motherfucker. I think it's fucking it's perfect.
It is.
But yeah,
and I feel like you don't really get to see. I guess now with Black Mass being a more newer film, we've got to see that, like as far as like the Irish mob.
Mm-hmm.
But before The Departed, you don't really get to see that side of the mob. It was cool to see a different, rather than Italians, in New
Irish.
York, Boston's, and Irishmen's in Southie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Pretty crazy, right? Should we do the Swan Facts?
The Swan Facts. Oh shit! Oh, we moving up, people. We are moving up. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking haters welcome.
So jumping into this, the only remake. This is the only remake of a foreign film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Oh, what? How long ago was the original?
It is based on a Hong Kong film. I think it's called Infernal Affairs, and it was released in 2002.
Oh, so not too long after.
Still considered contemporary.
Yeah.
Shout out to our buddy Chris. He actually, I haven't seen Infernal Affairs yet, but he has, because he's big into Hong Kong stuff, and he said that he believes that The Departed is a stronger film.
Oh, really?
Than the original.
Okay.
Because I think the original is barely like an hour and 30 minutes. So, or maybe like slightly longer, but I think Departed runs 60 minutes longer than its counterpart.
I think there's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Moving on. DiCaprio said his one-on-one scene with Nicholson was one of the most memorable moments of his entire life.
Ooh. Yeah, that's an awesome guy to work with.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Scorsese originally wanted Al Pacino to play the role of Costello, which is Jack Nicholson's character.
Really?
Yeah. But I guess Pacino, for whatever reason, declined the the part. He didn't want to do it. And then Nicholson was number 2 on his list. So it
worked out.
He went down the ladder. I think I could not see anybody else.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, this it fits Nicholson perfectly.
Yeah.
He plays the shit out of this character.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's such a villain, but I also love him.
He's so likable. That's what it is. He has that likable factor.
Yeah, it's so weird because he's so kooky.
Yeah.
You're just like, dude, this guy's fucking off his rocker.
Yeah.
But I love it. He's so interesting to watch. You know, another show stealer. Like, every time he's on camera, because if you think about it, I mean, he does have a bigger role than some other people, but he's still not on camera that much.
Mm-hmm.
And I think another bonus Swan fact, he actually had an even smaller role, but Nicholson only agreed to do the part if he could have some more screen time.
Oh, okay.
So he actually fought for what he got. So
that's awesome, though.
Yeah. As I said before, this movie's based on the Hong Kong film Infernal Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody who maybe wants to check that out. DiCaprio packed on 15 pounds of muscle for this role.
Nice.
Which I think you can tell.
He looks pretty fit.
Because he's a very small dude. I think like his average build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he's not doing anything, he's just very like kind of like JGL, like a slender dude. So anyway, are you familiar with RZA of the Wu-Tang?
Yes.
He actually was supposed to be offered the role of Anthony Anderson's role in this.
Really?
At first, yeah, and he had to, I guess, decline because of previous commitments. If I was him, I'd be kicking myself in the ass because I would have loved to see him in this film. I love him. I love everything that he does, but I'm also biased, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yeah.
This film is included in the 1001 films you must see before you die, and I cannot agree with that.
Yeah.
Enough.
Got one of those checked off the list.
I
don't know what the other ones are, but I might have seen some of them.
I think I know Blade Runner is one.
Okay, yeah. So.
And my last Swan fact
drum roll
for the night. Scorsese says that this is his first film with a real plot.
Okay. Nice.
I wish I could pick his brain by what he really means by that.
Yeah.
If I had to take a shot at it myself, I would say that because his films tend to be about life and situations and how they kind of play out naturally.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have a set like
scripted.
Not so much that, but I feel like they don't have a set like protagonist, antagonist. Things kind of switch up and kind of do their own thing naturally.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if maybe it was just that this script was so tight and so fit that they didn't change much of anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be interesting to be able to pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah.
To get so he could fully explain that.
I've been seeing online that he has supposedly you could take his online film courses now.
Oh, okay.
Where you basically get on your computer and you watch his lectures and stuff.
Nice.
And it's supposedly only $100 for so many weeks or something.
Oh wow!
And I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think that's something bigger filmmakers, because I saw Ron Howard is doing it too. And I'm kind of interested in that to see what that could really be about.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that wraps up everything that I have for this episode. We're just about at exactly an hour.
Ooh.
So we flew through this.
Yeah, we did.
But I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. And we can talk about whatever you want to for a few.
Yeah, so actually I wanted to ask you a question. It's really off topic.
Yeah.
But you mentioned RZA. Are you a fan of his, what is it? The Man with the Iron Fists?
The movie?
Yes.
I have to say I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I bought it and I was very excited for it, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it is.